Welcome to the Good Divorce Show, where we can help you learn how to navigate the journey of divorce with less conflict, less debt, and equip you not to just get divorced, but also learn how to be divorced. Your host, certified divorce coach Karen McNenny, shares her wealth of knowledge, gets advice from other relationship experts, and interviews couples who learn how to have a good divorce, so you can too. Now here's your host, Karen.
Well, hello, listeners and followers of the Good Divorce movement. I am Karen McNenny, your Good Divorce coach, and I am so excited to welcome you back to season 2 of the Good Divorce Show, a podcast that is found on all of your podcast platforms. I hope that you'll tune in and subscribe. We are looking forward to season 2 and inviting you into a conversation to learn how you can have your own good divorce. That's right, it's actually one of the options, which a lot of people don't know. Whenever we hear divorce, we immediately start thinking, double down, lawyer up, fight to the fierce end, divide and conquer, lots of debt, destroy, you name it, we've heard it. Well, I am here to broadcast something new and exciting for you, which if you are even post-divorce, but still struggling with your former spouse, you're raising kids, maybe you're in the middle of the muck, or maybe you're just sitting with your own truth, that hard truth that this marriage very well may be ending. Well, this is the place to come. We are going to be talking with professionals throughout this season. I'm always interested in bringing in folks who are supporting divorcing families, but doing it in a way that is less destructive and bringing less debt to the overall family health, right? We want to send both of you, both parents, both partners, whether you have children or not. We want you to be whole on the other side of your divorce. We want you to have a stable income. We want you to have a home that not only is accommodating to you, but of course, if you're raising little ones, we want to make sure that you've got a place for them as well. And that both homes feel really balanced in terms of what they have to offer. So we'll be talking to real estate agents. We'll be talking to financial advisors. In fact, I'm going to bring on a certified divorce financial analyst, which is not only someone who's going to help you know how to invest your money. Maybe you're towards the end of your career and you're looking forward, and now you're no longer going to be a 2-income household. You're going to be a 1-income household, and you need to decipher how best to invest. Well, that's one part of the problem. But there's also very specific financial concerns to think about as you're going through divorce. And that's what a certified divorce financial analyst helps us with. I'll be talking to co-parenting specialists, just like me, those who can help you write a parenting plan, think about those transition schedules, knowing that you might have a 13-year-old in your home and a 6-year-old in your home. You're going to need different things for both of those kids. You might even need different conversations around telling your children that you're getting divorced. And myself, along with our experts that we're inviting onto the show, are going to help you to better understand and write that script and know what's the right timing and the right words to use with your kiddos. We're also going to bring on other divorce coaches like myself who are really part of a movement and reminding you, please, before you call a lawyer, call a coach. And I'm not dissing on lawyers. We need them, but they exist in an adversarial industry, right? Their job is to stand and advocate alongside their client and fight to the bitter end if that's what it takes. And there are times when that's precisely what we need. But I want to encourage you to think about family before finances. Finances are going to change. Families forever. And I know that finances are often the first thing that starts to give us concern and caution and the thing that we have to fight for and protect. But I'm here to tell you the thing that we're really trying to protect is your future and your future relationship to your spouse and to your children. Well, your former spouse, because even if the marriage is ending, the relationship is not. There are going to be graduations and grandbabies, funerals and weddings, ballet concerts and soccer games, all of the activities that your children are going to be participating in over the course of their life. And what is in the best interest of the child is knowing that they do not have to mediate their parents at their wedding. In fact, they want to be able to sing in their Christmas concert and look out and see mom and dad sitting side by side with maybe both sets of grandparents, all the siblings, the cousins, the extended family, because family is family is family. That may not be the healthiest choice for everyone, but I am here to tell you more often than not, there are lots of us, myself included, who no longer could stay in the marriage for whatever reason, but they did know that they needed to move on in their life outside of that marriage. That doesn't mean that that former spouse, that co-parent, has to become your enemy, maybe a frenemy, but at the very least, someone that you can talk to and you can still collaborate, and most importantly, that you can show up for your kids. Now, for those of you out there who might be thinking, well, I'm going to wait and I'm going to stay for the children. We're going to wait till they graduate and then we're done. Spick span all over, they're 18, out the door, off to college, launched. Well, we all know there's more to the story between the ages of 18 and 25 and even beyond. That is a critical age when children are trying to find their own stability. And it's kind of a rubber band, right? They go off to college, they come home, maybe they take a year abroad, they come home. And if there has been no normalizing of what it is to be a family living across two homes, it can be really disorienting for the kiddos. Do I still have a room? I don't know. My parents got divorced and sold the family home and moved away. Where do I go? Where's my stuff? Where do I spend Christmas? Do I have to start mediating my parents? Are they going to be fighting for their time with me? Why do I have to be the one to decide? So we're going to talk about all of those different stages of life, including into adulthood. And for those of you who have been listeners before on the Good Divorce Show, you know that not only do I spend time talking to those professionals, those experts, realtors, lawyers, financial advisors, co-parenting specialists, therapists, they're all going to be with us in season 2. But I am also going to bring the stories from people just like you, the folks who didn't think that they could have a good divorce. And it is always a delight when I get mom and dad, husband and wife, former husband and wife, come on board here at the Good Divorce Show and chat about their experience. Not necessarily unpacking the drama of their marriage, right? Our marriages and what brought us to divorce, they're private, precious, personal stories that I have no interest in broadcasting. You can go out and tell anyone you want all about the drama, but here on the Good Divorce Show, as a listener, I want to bring you the stories that inspire and set an example of how to do it well. Sometimes it might just be one person within that story who comes to talk about their experience on the other side of divorce and how they reclaimed their identity, their financial independence, maybe a new career, new relationships. I also bring adult children of divorce. That's right. We want to hear from those who are most affected. And there's a lot of children out there whose parents did it well. And it's so valuable to hear from their perspective, what worked, what didn't work, what they wished for, what they had hoped their parents had never said. In fact, from season 1, for those of you who have been listeners, you might remember I had a mother-daughter duo 40 years later after the divorce had been announced, and them talking about what they remember over that childhood, that perspective through parent and child. In season 1, my own adult daughter, young adult daughter, came on the show to talk about her experience and how her father and I navigated 12 years from first grade all the way through high school education, and what she noticed, what she didn't notice, which is also just as rewarding. So I am proud of that interview, and there will be more kiddos, young and old, coming on board. I'm going to bring on grandparents because that's right. It's not just the mom and dad who are divorcing. It's also the grandparents. Maybe you have a really close relationship with your in-laws and you're not sure how to navigate that on the other side. Maybe you have an in-law that's about to become an outlaw who's meddling in the divorce or making it difficult for the two of you to co-parent. So we're going to bring that next generation, those shadow figures that show up in our divorce. as well as talking to some folks who have supported their siblings or close friends. I always say if I had been diagnosed with cancer, God forbid, or there had been a death in our family, people would have been showing up with so much support. Phone calls, emails, cards, flowers, give me a casserole, right? But suddenly we announce that there's going to be a divorce. That's right, it goes silent. People are awkward. They don't know how to navigate. Are they supposed to take sides? How do I not take sides? My kid wants to play with now the newly, divorced kid of a divorced family. How do we arrange a play date? That seems complicated. Do I still talk to both parents? I don't know. Let's just not invite them to the party at all. We don't want that to happen. So we're also going to explore how best to, if you will, train those around you so that they know how best to support you. So season 2 coming on up. We got a bunch of great interviews already sitting in the vault, ready to roll out with you. I hope you'll subscribe. I hope that you'll join the newsletter and stay in touch with me, Karen McNenny, your Good Divorce Coach. And I want to remind you, listeners, everything will be okay in the end. And if it's not okay, it's just not the end yet. Trust me on that one. Things will get better. Stay tuned and join us for season 2, The Good Divorce Show.
Thanks for listening. Do you have questions or thoughts about this week's episode? Let us know by following the Good Divorce Coach on Facebook and Instagram at Good Divorce Coach, and leave a comment. And be sure to tune in every Monday at 10 a.m. Pacific or listen anytime wherever you get your podcasts.